Hi, I'm Sean Sinclair. That's how you say my name, Sean. Please refrain from saying scene. It's definitely not scene. Sean is derived from the Irish name John. Fun fact. And the correct way to spell it is Sean. No other way. Anyways, I'm a junior. Uh, Currently in the sustainable management program. I'm really passionate about a lot of different things when it comes to the world. I mean, nature gives us so many solutions, and I really want to create a more equal world for everyone on all kinds of levels. A little about me. I was born in Portland, Oregon. I moved to Newport, Kentucky when I was about 5 years old. Newport, Kentucky is right across the river from Cincinnati, Ohio, and is also surrounded by a whole bunch of other little cities. So it's basically one big urban jungle. Cincinnati has about 308,000 people, Newport about 14,000, and then with all the others, it's pretty close to probably 400,000 people. Fun fact is Cincinnati is nicknamed the Queen City because whenever people were heading out west, being off of the Ohio River, it was a huge transit, huge spot. As human nature goes throughout history, we always found the place closest to the water to stay. So, yeah, it brought a lot of culture, art, um, and I guess civilization. For traveling, I, I've just been everywhere. Well, it seems like everywhere. I've lived in a lot of different places. After I left boarding school, um, I started traveling. I went to Kansas, which I worked as a corrections officer for about 3 years. And during that time, I um, trained in kickboxing, Muay Thai, Jiu Jitsu, and pretty much worked out and just experienced what Kansas has to bring, which, I mean, it's not much, but there's good people out there. That was for about 4 to 5 years, and then I moved back to Kentucky for a short stint in college. I really wanted to work with people, but that didn't work out with the counseling, and I found myself in Granite Countertops, which took me from Kentucky to Indiana. Indiana, I lived in Orlando, Florida for about 6 months. And then I lived in Miami, well, South Miami, Fort Lauderdale for about 7 months, 8 months. Probably one of the best places I ever lived. The food's amazing. I enjoyed the hot weather a lot more than this frozen tundra up here in Wisconsin. As you can see, I have a whole bunch of plants. I think it's coming around like 30 plus plants. So whenever it gets colder, I'm going to have to make a greenhouse for all of them inside on this table. And it, it becomes a jungle pretty quick. But besides that, then I moved back up to Kentucky, worked in Ohio, Illinois, stationed in Kentucky for about a year, then moved up here. And about after 2.5 more years of doing granite countertops, I ended up being a production supervisor at a local owned, family owned plastic bottle mold company. So when it comes to outside travel, I've always wanted to travel outside of the United States. When I briefly mentioned boarding school, I was blessed to meet people from over 25 plus countries, and I I love different cultures. The the food, the art, the perspectives of what life is like. I I don't know. I don't even have enough time to really get into how much culture has affected me personally and my mindset of how special we as human beings are. Um, but yeah, that's pretty much me. I am I I enjoy talking to people and learning their perspectives, and I hope everyone is gives me their full thoughts about whatever we discuss. I think it's truly special that we are able to have individual thoughts. It's what creates better, viable, and feasible solutions for positive change within the world, especially what we need going forward. But yeah, that's a little about me. I'm excited to meet you all in this class, and I hope you all have a wonderful semester.